Like, I can't even believe how good that looks. What do you think, Maggie?
Yeah, looks good.
Looks really good. And we are back. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we are working on the Unimog once again. We've taken a long break from working on this Unimog, way too long. We've been really busy and we've been waiting for our welder. We've been waiting on some parts. Our welder is down. We have a motor error, but we've been in contact with Miller and we're still under warranty. So we're gonna figure that out as soon as we can. But in the meantime, we are gonna break a rule. We're gonna do essentially lights before lockers. Auxbeam sent us a huge light package that we're gonna be installing on this Unimog today. So stick around and you guys are gonna get to see it. All right, before we get fully started on this Unimog video, I wanna show you guys something that was so dumb. I couldn't even believe what I did. You can't win them all. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you just make really, really poor decisions in life. And yeah, let me show you guys what I did. This is a spare wheel for the Fuso. Okay, so right now, when we bought this Fuso, it didn't have any spare tires or wheels. So we've been looking for a spare wheel. And we finally got one that was relatively local. We got it shipped to us for like 20 bucks. I was really happy about it, except... Okay, so count these lugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think you guys can see where I'm getting at. That has 6 lugs. Holy heck. How on earth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How on earth did I not count the lugs? Guys, I really have no idea how I managed to buy a wheel with 5 lugs instead of 6. There's really no excuse for it. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta laugh at yourself, and yeah, that was a pretty dumb thing of me to do. But anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's get started on this beast. Okay, here we have the lights that Auxbeam sent us. They reached out to me. Okay, guys, full disclaimer, they reached out to me and wanted to see if I was interested in reviewing their products, and I told them I was gonna be really honest. Listen, if you guys send me junk, you know, I'm gonna tell the world that it's junk. So this is what they sent, and honestly, guys, I'm really, really impressed with it. They got a cute little message there. Don't care about that, but their packaging is the real deal. We've already opened up this box and did some fittings on the Unimog. But yeah, there's a bunch of stickers in here, and first off, that's one way to determine if you know, a company sends you a quality item. If they give you a good sticker, you know it's most likely pretty dang good. But yeah, these Auxbeam lights are really, really heavy duty, okay? So this is, yeah, really, really heavy. There's not a single piece of plastic other than the cover on this thing. This is all, let's see, it feels like steel. It might be aluminum, but it feels like steel. It's really heavy, really beefy. I know the brackets are steel for sure, which is good because I like steel better than aluminum. We live in Central Oregon. Nothing really rusts over here. But look at the quality of this thing. Holy heck, I can't wait to install it. Yep, we got some covers here. Got great electrical connections. Yeah, there's 2 that comes in a set. And we are gonna mount them along the top of this Unimog. So we have 8 lights. 8 lights are gonna go all the way across the top. I'll also put a link in my description with those products. Can't speak to their brightness yet because I haven't seen them in action yet, but they sure do look quality. And if they aren't quality, they're not gonna stay on this Unimog. But they definitely appear it. So yeah, I have no idea how we're actually gonna do it. The Unimog cab roof that has this little rain gutter right here, and I'm thinking we're probably gonna mount it along that. But honestly, guys, I have no idea. We're gonna figure it out as we go. All right, so we currently climbed onto this Unimog and we're sitting here staring at what we got. If you guys don't know, that's Grace. She's a German short hair pointer, and hopefully she's gonna be a mama. Okay, Grace is not ours, but she's staying with us for the week. Remy is a stud, and these are both AKC dogs, fully registered. And hopefully she's gonna have her puppies in the beginning of August. and they'll be ready in the beginning of October, okay? So reach out to us if you are familiar with German Shorthair Pointers. If you're familiar with these gun dogs, with these breeds, we'd love to keep the puppies local. Their temperament is amazing. I mean, she's a very chill dog. I've only known her for a week, but she's very chill. Remy, you guys all know Remy. He's pretty much the best dog in the world. And yeah, when you take out the gun, it's go time. But when it's time to relax, he knows how to relax. Great temperament. Anyway, let's see what we got here with this Unimog. So these are the brackets here. They are super, super beefy, okay? These are definitely steel brackets. Still not sure about this, if it's aluminum or steel. Got to hold a magnet to it. Can't really tell with the powder coating on there. But they feel like they might be made out of steel. They feel really heavy, really, really heavy duty. But the plan is to basically figure out how we're going to mount this thing, okay? So this is a standard rain gutter. Any of the overland rigs, you pretty much see this rain gutter and rain gutter mounts for their roof racks and stuff. We're definitely not just going to clamp it to this gutter, okay? And here, I'll cue all the reasons for you why right now. So as you can see, yeah, these gutter clamps don't really work. There's a million videos out there of roof racks and such just falling off off-road rigs. Overlanders love to just clamp stuff on and bolt stuff on. We're not an overlander. This is not an overlander shop. So what we want to do is really, really make this mount beefy. We don't want these lights coming off. So what we're probably going to do is piss off a whole lot of people. We're probably going to drill right into this cab. Yeah, we don't care. We are going to probably drill right into it and make a super beefy bracket. And we probably want this. We want these lights to be pretty much flush with that gutter, okay? So when we do mount the lights, we want them just right in perfect line there. So that means we probably need to develop some kind of mounting system where this bracket is going to be right here. But we can't just drill straight into the cab here because underneath, I'll bring you guys underneath in a second. Underneath, we don't have access to this immediate area. So we're going to have to come up with something else. We're probably going to design a bracket that's going to bolt into the cab, and then this is going to bolt into that bracket somehow. We still have to figure all that out. So let's figure it out together. Let's hop inside the cab so I can show you kind of what we're working with. Oh, Jesus. All right. So as you can see, you can't just drill right into the cab up to where we need to. This is kind of in the way here. There is still a little bit of access, so we might be able to get away with it, actually. That actually doesn't look too bad. But what we were originally thinking about doing is drilling right into here, into the front here. But that's not going to be an option because we don't have access to it. At least easy access, you know. Yeah, definitely don't have easy access to that. And we really don't want to hack up this Unimog too much. You know, there's a difference between building something strong and then just hacking things apart. So we're going to make this strong, but we are not going to hack this cab apart. We will be drilling a couple holes, but there are already a bunch of factory holes in here to begin with. Okay, so we are going to be drilling into the cab. There's no headliner. It'll be really easy to seal. So yeah, if you don't want to see a Unimog cab get drilled, you know, please unfollow because we are definitely going to drill holes in this thing. But this bracket is going to be really strong. It's going to hold these lights on really well. And yeah, guys, let's get moving on to these next steps. All right, we're back on top of the Unimog here. We got our belly full. And I've kind of just generally spaced out these brackets here. There's 8 of them all the way across. And I'm thinking I'm going to just, do something kind of crazy, guys. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the literal simplest route possible. And you guys are probably not going to like this, but I think I'm just going to bolt these directly to the cab. I really, looking at it like this, there's really no need for a whole nother bracket. You know, it's 8 holes. If we ever want to move these lights, we can just bolt up those holes. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. Thinking we're just going to drill 8 holes and mount it pretty much just like this. Obviously, we're going to get the spacing just right. But I'm thinking that this is what we're going to do. And to be quite honest, that looks really, really good. I'll hop down and show you guys kind of a better profile of it. Yeah. Let's see here. I think that looks great. And you guys can hardly see those brackets, but I can see them really well. And yeah, they perfectly contour to the cab. I think that's gonna be the easiest thing. I think we're just gonna drill those holes. Because looking at the inside of the cab, I can definitely get a socket in that gap. Or not a socket, I can definitely get a wrench in that gap. So it should be pretty easy to tighten and yeah, just get a nut in there. Yeah, guys, this is gonna be a really easy installation. Here's a side view. And you can see it's those lights are gonna kind of follow that contour, that curve there, and that's gonna give us like a nice, you know, nice wide view. And I think it's gonna look really good. And why overcomplicate things? We're just gonna drill right into this cab. And just FYI, guys, this is a factory light. Okay, this is a factory light that was stolen before I picked this Unimog up, along with the mirrors and along with those windshield wipers. Yeah, and you know what they did? They just drilled right into the body. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. By the way, if anybody has any Unimog mirrors laying around or Unimog windshield wipers, send them my way, and I'll give a shout out to you guys in the next video. But okay, let's clean the dust off there and mark those holes and pretty much get drilling. All right, guys, it's early afternoon, and let me show you guys what we got going on here. First off, we cleaned all that off. If there's any painters out there, you're gonna hate me because I just wiped it. But we marked all of our holes. They are all spaced, I think it's 6 and 11/16 inches apart. And yeah, we are getting ready to drill. So I'm gonna go grab a punch, go grab some drill bits, put my safeties on, grab the extension cord, and yeah, we're gonna drill this baby. All right, guys, there you go. 8 7/16 holes drilled into this Unimog cab. We're gonna go ahead and start mounting all this hardware. I'm probably gonna have to call the wife because this is looking like a 2-person job. I can just about get my 2 fingers up in that little channel on the inside of the cab to hold the nut in place. So yeah, I'll probably have her hop up here and thread those bolts through. But anyway, there you go. Love it or hate it, it's my Unimog. So next steps are basically deburring all these little edges here so that this can sit nice and flush. So I just noticed something too. These have these little stoppers here. And you know, for most people that probably works out pretty well. For me, not so much, because now that means I can just grind these off. We'll see how it goes. But now that means I gotta tighten the nut from the bottom instead of just getting my impact and tightening this bolt from up top with a little wrench holding the nut in place in that tiny little channel down below. So I don't know how it's gonna go. Maybe I can get a wrench in there and actually tighten the nut. Maybe I just grind these off and repaint them. Either way, it's gonna work out just fine. And just a heads up for anybody buying these are stainless bolts and hardware. Personally, I'm not a fan of stainless. I'm really not. You know, over time, if you don't use anti-seize, everything stainless is gonna seize up on you really, really bad. So getting these off in the future, unless you use the right anti-seize, which I will, is gonna be a problem. Anything stainless is always a pain to get off. I don't know about you other mechanics out there, but personally, you know, I don't really, I live in Central Oregon, so rust isn't an issue out here. I just prefer regular bolts. I actually prefer the yellow zinc plated grade 8s over everything. I'll take a yellow zinc plated grade 8 over stainless any day of the week. But anyway, let's deburr the rest of these holes, make sure everything fits, and see what it looks like. And yeah, there you go. This looks really good. Everything's spaced out perfectly. I can't wait to actually get all these lights in for you guys. It's happening tonight. I'm pretty confident that it's happening tonight. But next steps, okay? So next steps are to silicone each one of these sequentially right before we tighten them down. We're only going to tighten them down 75%, okay? Because if you ever install lights, you don't want to tighten them all down at once. You want to tighten them down just so that you can still move them by hand just a little bit. And then once they're all in, you do final adjustments and get them looking just perfect. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using anti-seize on all the stainless hardware, because if you don't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble later. So use anti-seize. Yeah, don't use it sparingly. Lather it on there, and you won't have issues down the road. Here's a quick top profile. Holy heck, that is looking really good. Got the perfect little curvature going all the way across. But yeah, there's still like micro adjustments that need to be made, which is why you don't want to tighten down all at the same time. But looking here, I can pretty much guarantee. Okay, so now I can stick my hand in here, okay, and I can touch those bolts, with little trouble. But I can guarantee I'm gonna drop a nut in that channel. There's no doubt in my mind I'm dropping a nut. All right, guys, quick break from the Unimog. We're out of silicone, and so yeah, I got to run to the store and of course go grab some. While I'm out of the store, I'm actually going to grab some foam, some expanding foam, because we are going to start to insulate this shop. Let me show you. So yeah, we're still unpacking the shop. We're still getting everything together. Yeah, let me show you. So up there, right up there, that used to be a gaping hole that we closed up, but still we got to foam all those little spots in there and then start insulating everything pretty much. And it's a big shop, and it's going to take a lot of work, but we're just going to do it a little bit at a time. Another note, if you guys need any Unimog wheels, so I have 5 Unimog wheels that came off the Unimog originally. These are the bead locks that go with it. I welded on one, fit the 54-inch tire, and then realized I'm going to need custom wheels. So we have these 5 Unimog wheels. They're 20-inch by 11. Yeah, Unimog bolt pattern, whatever that is. 6 on something, I forget what it is, but if you're interested, reach out to me. They're for sale. These were TIG welded on, but the others are not welded on yet. That's a weld on kit from Total Metal Innovations. I'm thinking, yeah, they're for sale at a good price, and they will include all of the weld on bead locks. So reach out to me if you want these. Again, they're 20-inch Unimog, 6 lugs. They all hold air just fine. They're probably a little bit beat up, but yeah, it came with the Unimog, so reach out if you want them. They're here for sale. Also, quick update on the tractor. We got a rake for it. It's been working real hard. It's been working real hard for us. This little beast, I never knew how much I would love this tractor, and I have absolutely fallen in love with this thing. It's done everything we've asked it to do. Yep, little Beast 7100. This thing is so cool. I don't know, every time I walk by it, it just puts a smile on my face. All right, we ran to the store, got some silicone, but Megan's off on a trail ride with George Jones, so we're gonna call it a night. We definitely need an extra hand with those nuts. But anyway, keep in mind, guys, in this video, we're just mounting these lights. We're not actually gonna wire in everything. You need relays and all sorts of stuff for the wiring, so we pretty much have to rewire the whole Unimog, and we're not quite there yet. But stay tuned in the future. When we do rewire this, we'll definitely put it on video. But for now, we're just gonna do the mounting, so that should be done tomorrow. See you then. All right, it's a new day in the shop, and we're pretty much almost done here. All we got to do is tighten these bolts down, and I got Megan over here, the designated nut holder for the day. And yeah, we're gonna tighten these up, put the lights in, and basically call it a day. All right, thank you, Megan. She held all those nuts perfectly. And yeah, so we siliconed and then we anti-seized everything because these are stainless and they will seize if you don't use anti-seize. But yeah, silicone, I don't know if you can see that, but should be relatively waterproof for sure. Now we're gonna put those lights on. They're only tightened down like 75% of the way. Put those lights on, final adjustments, and yeah, we'll be done with it. Like, I can't even believe how good that looks. What do you think, Maggie?
Yeah, looks good.
Looks really good. Yeah, so those are fully mounted, fully installed minus the electrics. So to properly wire those in, we want to switch from inside the cab. So we're going to need to install some relays. So we're not going to do that today. But holy heck, those came out honestly way better than I imagined they would look. They look so good. And honestly, guys, the quality, I was expecting worse. The quality is honestly like, they're better than the lights on my Land Rover. These are heavy duty. And Megan, I mean, what do you think? How do you feel? Yeah, only time will tell how long they last and how bright they are. But just from holding them and from installing them, the quality is all there. The hardware is stainless. Yeah, I would recommend them just based off of that. Like I said, I don't know what it's gonna be like in the long run, but so far, I'm really impressed for sure. Thanks for all the help, Maggie. All right, guys, there you have it, Auxbeam lights. Yeah, guys, those lights are just amazing looking, at least. Amazing looking. All right, guys, well, if you were on the fence about Auxbeam, here you go. If you're on the fence about Unimog, there you go. So yeah, earlier I might have mentioned that the welder was down and that we were busy diagnosing it. Well, it is worst case scenario. It is the circuit board on our Miller welder. We ordered a new gun. We adjusted all the settings. We still get a motor error. And according to the manual, you know, we broke down everything and the only thing left is a circuit board issue. We talked to Miller, and if the gun didn't fix the issue, getting a new gun, it certainly is the circuit board. So we'll be in touch with them this week, and yeah, hopefully they take care of that issue real quick, because that's what's holding up this Unimog right now. Next up to do, okay, we got to finish the ladder mounts. So we got to finish the ladder mounts on the back, which are almost done, and then we got to lift this cab about 2 inches just to give it a little bit of extra clearance here. 2 inches is really all we're going to do. I can fit my whole fist in there, but an extra 2 inches for sure wouldn't hurt. But to do that, we got to lift that. So we got to make custom mounts for it, 2 on each side and then 1 up here. And yeah, that's really going to be easy if we had a welder. So hopefully Miller comes through and warranties our welder, and we can get moving on this thing again, because it's really getting close. After those mounts, we can actually tilt this thing and start working on that engine and get her running. But for now, we're just waiting on Miller. Hey guys, I'm here with the man himself, George Jones. Yesterday, after the Unimog light installation, him and Megan went out on a trail ride. He hurt his foot pretty bad and then took off. And here's some footage from that rescue mission. Yeah, look who I got here. I got Mr. George Jones, and where are we? Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. I had to go do some cowboy shit. Our boy got a little bit hurt, ran off, and me and Remy tracked him down. But he's in good spirits. We'll get you back, buddy. Yeah, I'm really proud of this boy right here. He did most of the work. Helped track this boy down. Just followed his nose, Bubba. We're getting about a drop every second, but I think he's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna take good care of him. I know, bub. I know. So we tracked him from all the way over there, way back. See those tall ponderosas way in the back there? That's about where we tracked him from. And Maggie ran back to the house, grabbed the trailer, and yeah, she'll be coming up that way in about 5-10 minutes with a lead because his broke. And we're gonna lead him on out of here. Blood trail all the way back, probably about 2 miles. But we got Georgie loaded back in the trailer. And yeah, it's gonna be an expensive vet bill. That's another reason to get yourself a hunting dog, because they track pretty well. Yeah, so initially I thought the cut was just pretty bad but not life-threatening, but it turns out Megan did bring him to the vet. They cleaned everything out, and he did sever his tendon sheath, which is, usually it's pretty bad. They still don't know if he's gonna make it. Right now he seems fine, but they're really worried about infection of the joint, which would then spread to his blood and his whole body. So yeah, a little bit worried about that. Hopefully he pulls through, and hopefully he's sound and everything's okay, but we still don't really know how bad the damage is, if he can get through this initial infection phase. So yeah, keep Georgie boy in your thoughts. Georgie, look, I got a carrot for you. Yeah.